Hello. This video will review a common borrower activity, receiving an ILL item when it arrives at your library from the lender. While you are waiting for lenders to respond to your new requests, they are in your work queue category under pending a response from a potential lender. Items that we can anticipate arriving are going to be in the shipped category, down further on the work queue. Material arrives with paperwork, which will have a request number on it. You can look up your request using the request in the navigation menu to the sidebar by the number on the paperwork, by the title author, or you can use the work queue to browse for the requests you want to process. In this case, the items that you are looking for to update to received will be in the shipped category. So I'm going to select that now. You will probably find it helpful to sort the list alphabetically by title in an ascending order just to facilitate easier browsing for what you're looking for. And let's say that you are wanting to receive the title Snowmen. The status is shipped, and you can see that VDX defaults to received in anything that is in a status shipped. So I'm just going to use the action button on that. And that opens a received action screen. There's really very little that you need to do on a received action screen. You could change the receive date if it's different from today. The due date is the date that the supplying library has established as their due back date. Local due date defaults to that. An item barcode, local item barcode, that's not a field that we fill out in our environment. It's intended for use by libraries that have NCIP integration between VDX and their circulation system. So you might go down and add a public note on occasion, or a private note. Public note might be something like noted cover damage. And you're just adding that to the received action. This public note will be communicated on the lender's view of this request. So this is a note that would be seen between the two libraries involved on the request. Private note is for staff view only on this side of the request. Most of the time you don't really have anything to add or change on this screen, and you select the receive button. The Action is Successful screen has a results link on it. Selecting that will take you back to the result set that you were working with, and you can continue to browse to find other items that you wish to receive. I've returned to the work queue, and I just want to point out that the items that were in the shipped category that you changed to a received status have moved, and they are now going to be in the work queue under received. And while your patron has this material, this is where these requests will live in the work queue. You will want to print received paperwork. It provides a slip with patron information and request details, the due date, all to facilitate patron notification and circulation of this item. So the received list will generate in the report section, and we're just going to click on that. When you finish doing all your receives, you produce this report. The report generates 5 at a time on one piece of paper if you have that many. There are little lines. You can use a ruler, the edge of your desk, and separate these into slips and put them inside the book. It has the patron's name, phone number, their library card number, their pickup location if you have branches and have to redirect, the due date to the supplier. These are all details that will facilitate circulating this item to your patron. Note the receive list has reset to 0 after you've generated it. If you lose this paperwork, any of these reports in the VDX work queue can be generated again by going to batch reruns, and there'll be a listing of recently generated reports, and you can select it and reprint. After you've received the item in VDX, you need to follow your library's procedure for circulating the borrowed item to the patron. Staff can create a temporary record for the ILL item in their circulation system and place the item on hold for the patron. Some libraries create a brief ad with title details, and others have a generic system of reusable barcodes identified as interlibrary loan item. Many libraries utilize their circulation system features to notify the patron that the item is available for pickup. Some libraries make telephone calls to patrons, especially if they do not have an email address for the Circ system to use for a pickup notification email. In conclusion, pending items update to a ship status when a lender has indicated that they've shipped an item. When the item arrives at your library, you will update it to a receive status. You prepare the item for pickup by your patron, and you're done.